Good evening and welcome to ILR7 tonight. I am your commentator. Unfortunately, Edward has got a few technical difficulties back in his home in Ireland, so I'll be your commentator tonight for one-off, and the first time in a very long time. Jack tonight. I've got my co-com Callum. He's doing a little bit of something at home. I don't know what. He didn't go into details. Let's hope it's all clean, folks. But he will be joining me hopefully for the start of this Grand Prix. We're here for round 4 of the season. We're here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, live from Baku, the land of fire. And here we are for ILR7. We've currently got RW313 on pole. He's on the softs here. I am hearing reports that it is a full dry race. So obviously it's going to be a 1-stop or a 2-stop. I am hearing the word on the grapevine this morning on the timeline that 2-stop is quicker if you can get on the softs, front 5 or 6 positions, and bolt. If you see any of the guys starting on the mediums or hards, then of course they're probably more like looking more towards a 1-stop. But 2-stop is viable here, and the softs are quick, but the degrading of the tyres can be significant if your setup isn't correct. So it should be interesting. Obviously, it's Baku. You're gonna have the long straights, the longest straight in the F1 calendar, through the heart of the city, and then also the tight technical corners of the castle section. As we're right on board with J. Luke here in the McLaren. He's was involved in a bit of a hefty collision, we can say, in China for multiple cars, but these accidents do happen. It wasn't intentional. It's him running a little bit deeper, but as he approaches now the technical castle section, the tightest corner in the F1 calendar, very hesitant through there, very slow, probably on that in lap, to be honest. But anyway, let's have a quick rundown of the driver's standings. Our championship leader is Speed Senna in the Mercedes. He is 1-1 second and DNF'd in China, unfortunately. So he's got an 8-point lead over Ryan Berry, who's got a couple of P3s and no higher. MK Bourne in P3 himself in the Renault with a 2nd, 12th and 14th. And then we have Nicky close behind with OKK's away. And then we have a clutch of cars between 15 and 10 points. Apex YL, Speed Dance cars away, LK Kyle, Speed Y Racer, Colours the God, and Risky Racer. We've got a couple of debutants as well. We've got Tim Matz finally making his debut after his holiday in Sri Lanka. He's banged on about enough, but he's finally racing. And we also have Stelian, who's made the promotion up from ILR8. He's impressed me there, so we've stuck up to ILR7, and you can see he's really enjoying it already. He's in P4, the Bulgarian driver. So we'll be delighted with that. And give me a brief second. I just need to tweet out the streams. Thanks for tuning in, guys. 4 views already. I'll take that. It is me. I see Jake is already in the chat. Welcome, Jake. Good disaster on Tuesday, bud. But we'll sweep down the dog and move on. Just got that tweet out there, so we'll just have a quick look at the constructors as well while we're here. I'm just I do all the standard stuff myself, but just good to re-jog on memory and for the viewers. Mercedes top, speed team, Senna and Dance Car top, 20 points ahead of Racing Point of Waze and Ryan Berry, and the Renault of Bill and MK Bourne. Probably my dark horses for this constructors, both consistent drivers on 34 points, and then Alfa Romeo 32 and Williamson 28. So the Mercedes boys are the ones to catch in real life, and in ILR7 we've got a clutch of 4 teams not far behind, and then battling for the wooden spoon as the moment. It's early days, I'll give you that, it's early days. We've got Toro Rosso, Red Bull and Haas, Alex, Phillip, Risky Racer, Robo Jeep, Colours the God and Rude Gullard in fighting for the wooden spoon, the constructors, but a long way to go. 18 more races, still in the flyaways at the moment, before we head into the European leg of the season next week in Spain, Catalonia. So for me personally, Baku, you're racing the track more than the drivers. If we're going to see some silly moves at silly points, then I think the drivers are going to get some hefty penalties, because they need to keep their heads on here. We know there's some really good opportunities to overtake. You got 10-1, possibly 10-2, and definitely 10-3 as well. So maybe to be patient, the slower sector 2 around the castle, and make you move down the long back straight. We see a Speed Center now. Our championship leader, he's in the Mercedes on outlap. He's on the mediums, I believe. He is fitted onto the mediums. So we can ride on board with Speed Center as Stellian making his debut. He's impressive. He's gone a tenth quicker at pole And we'll see what Speed Center can do now on the medium compound tyres, Mercedes driver. As Matt takes a lovely exit there. You don't want to run too deep because that wall is just there. You just want to clip the apex there, drift that wide, not too far wide. It can just a little bit of the white line, hit the DRS sector. And now the long back straight into turn 3. There's some traffic up ahead for him. So hopefully he can avoid that. You just want to brake, clip the apex again. If you miss your braking point there, you're straight into that wall. And now we start into the more complex section of the track as that ends as well to get out of the way there. It's a quick left to right chicane. He's shifted right down to 2, so he's trying to get the traction out of the corner. He does that well. Very neat and tidy now on the mediums. He's interested to see where he can put this car. Very slow and steady. He's slowing that car right down. So let's see how we can negotiate the castle section where this lap can be won or lost. Very neat. That's very tidy from Speed Center there. Well done, Matt. You can take as much care as you want on the exit there. And now it's the fast and furious part of this track. Up to 7th and then hopefully 8th gear. It might reach there. Whoa, just 196. Dips down 2nd gear, 65 miles an hour. Accelerates straight back up to 5th and then 6th gear. You want to slow it right down to 3rd gear. Clip the apex, let the car drift out wide. You don't want to push the throttle too soon. He gets on it. And now here is the fast 10.22 and 10.23 of this track. I think it's that. Left and right sweeping curve. You got no wing there. You are good night. Safe travels into that barrier. And now it's just sit back, relax, put your foot down, enjoy the Baku scenery as we're hitting speeds over 210 miles an hour on the Mercedes. Where does Speed Center go? P5 in the mediums. That is a good lap, and that's the Delta 1.3. I think he's probably a couple of temps off pole potentially, but a very good lap there, and he's going to be one to watch. He's going to be one to watch. So Robo Jeep there on the hards. I don't know. Wait, maybe he's not known for his qualifying Robo Jeep. He's definitely one for the race, and I think he knows that's his strength as well. So he'll hopefully get a fresh pair of boots for the race and see where he goes. But he is on the mediums now. I believe he may be coming in. We'll have to wait. Oh, the hards. Apologies. Have to see where he's coming in. It's 2 seconds. So I'll just I'll get the stream up on my PC. So I'm just doing a little bit of admin, see what comments I got coming in. Won't be too many, I imagine, but see what you guys are saying. We've got Shadow Le. Let's just keep that hidden under the rug. Lesson learned though. It's going to be a good one. Let's hope it is, yeah. Jake. Hopefully, PCAT on Tuesday will be a good one. 10 viewers, lovely jubbly. I'll do, mate. So we have a look there of everyone's fastest laps and what tyres are on. We've only got 1 minute left to qualify now. It's a long lap, so these guys are on their out lap. They're going to get around quickly. I think most of them will be able to, apart from this guy. This guy. Oh, I mean, name a more iconic duo than Waze and Bottling. I could watch this all day, but he's decided to park it up. Let's just say the PU's gone. Sorry, Waze. We'll just move on. We'll move on. So Nicky's on out lap. He probably should be able to get around the time. He did very well last time out, if I do remember. I'll just check the standings. Nicky here, yeah, he was P2 in China. He was very quick. He was a couple of attempts off Garnerman, who's let's face it, he's probably due for promotion. So Nicky, you've seen in China, he has got the raw pace, and he's on the medium. So this will be his only lap. Panos is disqualified. Bill not sent a lap. Philip Hogston is on a lap now. See where he's going to come up again. It's got quite a few cars still on a hot lap. So this probably will be Philip's only run, unless he wants to have a go again on the mediums. Let's see where he plonks it. P13, so not setting the world alight, but he's improved by a couple. Robo Jeep is out again on the hard, so that's what he's got in mind there. Top 6 all on softs as it stands. Speed Center breaking up the soft runners a little bit, so he's the quickest of the medium runners. And I think one to watch for this Grand Prix. Like I said earlier, guys, probably be 2-stop or 1-stop. Interesting to see what the guys do, soft to hard or soft medium. As we see our current pole sitter RW313 starting his fastest lap. We'll catch up to him towards the end of his lap. MK Bourne as well, he's through. I'm just going to watch the times coming on the left hand side. It's a bit harder than actual television coverage. They give you the guys crossing the line, so you don't really know where they are on track, so apologies for that. But we've got a lot of cars. We've got about 14 cars on a hot lap at the moment, so the track is very busy. Speed Center's called it a day. He's happy with P7 unless he's binned it somewhere. As the Toros, there's a bit of traffic here for these guys. There's a bit of wing damage as well, and I think that's Drew Gullard. He's going to ball out that lap. He got wing, and that's retirement. He should have retired in the pits because he's going to block someone like that. That's why we say retire in the pits, lads. And that could be a penalty. But Ryan Berry's plonked out a pole. He's been toying with RW313 the whole time, but he's going to try and bite back. He's on his instant sector 3 now. This is where it's all down to sheer power of the engine. What wings you're running? Are you running a low trim? Is it all down to top speed? Got a nice clean X out there. MK Bourne P3. Can RW313 put it on pole? It's going to come up to the line now. Let's wait and see. Still getting there. MK Bourne's P3. It's a long straight. And he's backed out. Oh, way to go and kill the vibe, man. So that's we watch on board of Stellion then. Stellion dove back into the pits. RW313 must not have been happy, and so he's in the pits as well. So cheers. This is the most anticlimactic qualifying in F1 history. I think, is Ryan Berry on a lap? I believe he might be. Speed Y race is not. I don't think the guys are improving. I really don't. We'll see what Alex can do here. I think he's going to be the next of the runners to come across. Still got Kyle and Ryan Berry. So as you can see, obviously the track might have been cool and they've lost a bit of temperature, and you can see I think he's backed out, has he? He's not going quick. He's not going quick, and he's also backed out. And Kyle has also backed out. And that is the end of qualifying. So there we have it. Ryan Berry I'm going to put my neck out here and say, takes his first ILR pole position. RW313 not too far behind. Only a 10 for them. MK Bourne 2.5 temps. Stellion 4 temps back. Kyle 7 with Apex Wyatt and J Luke. They've been battling the first few races. It looks like they're going to be battling each other once again. Alex in P8 and then Speed Center in P9 in the mediums. Tim Matz P10 on his debut. Nicky P11 will be starting on a fresh set of boots. We've got to be disappointed. He picked a bit of damage there on his fine lap. Speed Y Racer, he was compromised a little bit, but I think like his pal RoboGP will look to focus more on the race pace than his actual qualifying. You get no points to qualifying, do you? And Philip Hogston P14 on the mediums. RoboGP not really a competitive lap time on the hards. Then P15 Waze, we saw what happened to Waze. I think he I want to say he got lost. Maybe he's trying to find the nearest kebab house. I don't know. Maybe he's looking for a spa. But he retired. Bill Disaster Class and Panos, I think he had some issues. So there we have it. Ryan Berry has got a 5-place grid position drop. Well then. So that will demote him down to P6. And that will promote RW3 MK Bourne to the front row. So that's interesting. What if that was for? Maybe want to get that looked into. And Panos and Bill, no time at the back. So yeah, that's qualifying. It was a bit anticlimactic. All the times came really in the middle stages of it. Track probably cooled down towards the end, so times were not improving. But there we have it. Our ILR7 qualifying round, and we move on to the main event. Hopefully my co-commentator can be able to join me, but hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully everyone's clean. Have to wait and see. It's a dry race, I believe. I've just just clicked onto the ILR8 stream. Don't you want to check out? They've started their race. They've already had 3 DNFs within a couple of corners. So just shows you how unforgiving this track is. I think the guys need to appreciate elements of this track is a lot like Monaco. You're gonna be racing the circuit more than each other. We might see a few dull periods of this Grand Prix. There's going to probably see a lot of wing changes. The pit crew probably will be busy. Hope there's a lot of wings there. I tell you what, I couldn't even tell you who's like to win this race. I reckon if MK Bond keep it clean, he's probably a contender. Have to wait and see. So that car is shaking all over the place. So guys, we're giving the formation lap. Let's have a quick look at what tyres we're all running today. A big shout out to everyone tuning in. Appreciate it. It's not gonna lie, it's good to be back in the comments box. It's been a long time at PS4 in 2018, and look forward to a good Grand Prix here. We've got RW313 on pole after the penalty from Ryan Berry. MK Bourne in P2, Steady on P3, LK Kyle in P4, Apex Y out P5, Ryan Berry, the pole sitter down in P6. He will be fuming in that cockpit. J Luke in P7, Alex in P8, Speed Center in P9. One to watch on the quicks and the mediums. Tim Matz, P10, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Kind of keep it clean. See what his race pace is like as the race develops and that those tyres start to disintegrate. Nicky, P11 on the fresh set of tyres on mediums. Rude Gollard also on the mediums. Speed Y Racer, apologies, on the mediums. Philip Hogston also on the mediums. Rower Jeep, he's on the hards, and I think he's had a bit of a disaster. He's a bit far back. Hopefully he can play catch up. And BWRT Ways on the softs, and Palace also on the softs at the back here. So maybe I'd imagine they're going to try and do a two-stop or hope for a bit of magic. If I was a better man, I don't like to be this sort of guy, but I'm going to say there's going to be 10 finishers tonight. I'll take that. Kareeg, Jack, commentating, I'm hearing you. Spot on, bud. Spot on, bud. I've had the pleasure of commentating ILR7 because Edward's internet can't hold up. I think it's powered by a donkey or a bloody watermill or something, I don't know. But anyway, it's dry or race. Dry race. A lot of soft runners at the front, so I mean, they're probably doing soft or hard or trying the two-stop. I am hearing that two-stop can be quick, as RW313 is lagging, so that could be brought to the steward's attention. I'll make a little note if that continues. As the cars are now lined up and they're starting to go in true Cody's fashion. Let's hope we all get a clean start. Let's face it, and I just hear a little click.
Good evening.
Callum, the race is about to start. Welcome, Callum, to the stream. Welcome to Baku. He's got a beer and kebab in his hand. Yeah, we're literally about to go lights out, Chief. As the team is forming up, there's a bit of a gap there. Who's that guy? Who's way behind?
I don't know.
I don't know. There was a car in the midfield like holding everyone up, so that'd be shooting, be slapping that. Right, so here we are, guys. As the teams, the nerves build up. The lights are coming on. 4, 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. We go. Maybe.
This is interesting.
We go. We go. We're going. We're going. Yes. Finally, we're going.
What a start
there's already a spin.
Oh,
There's
yeah. I'm not so sure this one's gonna last.
If I speak. Well, Callum, it was all going so swell. I mean.
And then I turned up and absolutely ruined it.
I don't know what. Ryan Berry is in an absolute disaster. He got tagged and he's gone for a spin.
Oh no!
He was on pole, Callum, and he had a 6th place grid penalty. I've never. Absolute disaster. The lights. I don't know what the deal is with that. Was it?
I don't know what's going on.
Where's
RW313 is in the buildings, I think. No.
Wait.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, bud. I think it's done. I think Cody's might be dead in a ditch here.
I don't know what's going on.
Are they racing? Like, I've seen many people in walls. Okay, MK Bourne's now spun into someone else. This might be a restart. Wow.
I'm a bit confused. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here in silence. I can't even make a call.
Lee's outdone himself, you know.
I've never seen this. Like, I'd normally make a call straight away, but I'm just. Is it RW313? Is he desynced and he's doing?
Like
I think he's.
Are you getting anything in the chat? Because people have left, I think. And like.
Oh no, I think Wade's DNF'd.
Wait, so is this just normal then? It seems a bit dodgy. There's a bunch of people in the pits. I don't think they're in control of their cars, maybe? Or they're just...
No, they'll be pitting. There was an absolute cluster at the start. I was going to swear then back on. There's a few guys. Ryan Berry, I think, got collected. What happened was, from my point of view, I think RW3 had a lag start or something. So on our screen, his point of view, he started ahead of everyone else, but he didn't actually. And then you'll watch it back in the stream and you see it like one. He teleported back into Waze and DNF'd into Waze from first down to P15, and then he went back up to P1 through the castle section, and then lagged back into MK Bourne, who then span.
Or he's just brake testing people. We don't really know yet. Yeah, this is a bit confusing. I think
that's why I've seen it quietly, because I was trying to work out what it is. If I'm a better man, I think the lobby's okay. I think RW313 maybe ask for an internet check after this.
My internet's better.
Yeah, sure. But as you can see, folks, bit of an interesting start. I may have to message RW313 to retire the car if his internet is timpot as the images suggest. After all, I'm just worried for guys like LK Car now coming up to him now, and the back straight. He's going side by side of him. We had a. He had a yeah. And Robo Jeep is dead. And LK Car's got moved on.
Easy.
Where's Robo Jeep? I'm round about Philip Hogston now to see our Robo Jeep retired.
On the old sweeping corners, yeah, he's done it.
Yeah, he's finito. God bless.
Yeah. Speed Senna under attack by Tim Matz here as well. Trying to turn 3, and he's done that done quite easily, Tim Matz. Just in the DRS. Either way, it's very confusing as to what is going on. I'm going to have to bail on you for 2 seconds. I will be right back.
So thank you, Callum, for coming in and ruining this race. So interesting start there. I think there was some sort of desync or connection issues with RW313. He may likely be penalised for that. He's definitely going to get an internet speed test, because I can't have that sort of performance affecting the race and drivers. It's not fair on them. It's not fair on the tier. So guys have spanned and effectively DNF because of the internet. So unfortunately, it's not what we like to see. But we'll try and concentrate more back on the action now. Apart from turn 1 was a few spins, a bit of a sandwich as well between a Red Bull and a Renault. It's been relatively quiet, but we see Speed Center here looking at a move for Tim Matz. See him get the move done. He is a medium runner. Tim. Looks like he's got the move done with ease. It's such a long straight. If you get the DRS slipstream, you're pretty much a passenger for the move. As Tim Matz looks like he's going to try and make a move, but I think he's way too far back for that. And Speed Center now sets his sights on P6. I've got to say, with the gaps, he's looking quite good for the win here. Another win. There's all aboard the Stellion train. Stellion only got a promotion from ILR8 a couple hours ago. Now he is in P4 in ILR7, so we well chuffed with his performance so far. MP1, a fortunate spin as well earlier on. And we're going to try and make amends. He's quite quick around here. Everyone's negotiating the cast selection pretty well. We're at 4 of this Grand Prix already. And we've got a bit of a choo-choo train all aboard the Stallion train here. We've got a cluster of 4 or 5 cars. As Panos as well. Shout out to Panos, sort of P18. Finds himself in P9 after the chaos. You'll love that. See the winners and losers of the first stage of this Grand Prix. Panos up P9. Alex down to P8 positions. Ryan down 7. His Saturday went well, but his Sunday is going from bad to worse. Bill up to 6 positions. So, God, say Kyle, Apex White, and J Luke, they've all moved up the chain. So they were in the midfield, and now they are all in the top 3. So they were battling a lot in China. Will they battle more tonight? As okay, Kyle, I have to say, he's looking very quick here. As J Luke is in the pits already. Surely not. The softs only lasting 4 laps. It has to. He has to be on a 2-stop. I think pulling the mediums. Oh, that's a wing change, to be fair to him. So he's compromised for his pace, but he's taking the hit now. And he's on mediums, so he probably will be 2-stopping. He's probably going to come out in the points. Good camera work there by Codemasters. Absolute shocking game.
Alrighty.
And welcome back, Callum.
And I'm seeing a lot of pit stops.
Yeah, a few wing changes. The pit crews are going to be busy. Not as busy as Germany. Jeez Louise. But yeah, I was just wondering why J Luke pitted on the softs, but obviously it was wing damage, so he wasn't doing an earlier undercut. But what do you have any idea of the strategy here? Because I was trying to work out maybe it was a 1 or 2 stop.
Imagine it's a 1-stop, but Azerbaijan's normally a low tyre wear track.
It seems a little bit, from what I saw on the timeline from saying, let's say higher tier drivers. People are saying if you start on the softs and can get a good lead or start well, a 2-stop's very viable because of the short pit lane.
Oh, that is a fair point, yeah.
But
then you've got to fight through.
But I think Baku's quite easy to overtake, though. Really.
Yeah, I mean, it's just creating that gap, really. Though, it's the problem just with the long DRS trains. If you've got the downforce, the early parts of the track, you probably just about get away with it.
And so
if you're running a low downforce setting.
Talk about DRS trains, Callum. We've got 4 cars within half a second of each other going down to turn 1. As 2 of them enter the pits there. That could have been a disaster.
Go to the overtake, Tim Mats. I want to see people flying over to the
side. that could have been nasty though, because one of the cars, they went completely over to the left. They kind of swung in, but luckily I don't think there's anyone behind me.
Could have been an airplane crash. Yeah, these hard runners should be decent to good to the end, I imagine.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The medium runners will be. Medium runners are a bit interesting, I guess, because I imagine they're 2-stop. If they're starting on mediums, I mean, do you want to go on to hards from mediums and?
Well, this is it. I sort of think Speedster's in a really good position at the moment. He's 13 seconds behind Kyle, but I mean, it just depends what the guys are doing. What would you do?
Right there.
What would you do if you were in Speed Tennis shoes right now?
Ooh. That's hard because I think he's locked into a bit of a position here where he can probably make the 1-stop work. If I'm being honest, just go down to the hards and just play it safe, and you'll probably get a decent pool of points.
J Luke's out. J Luke's out. That's another front runner.
Oh.
He's binned it out the.
Oh, that's
a big.
It didn't look like he was ghosting for a second there. So.
Oh no! With this game and this contact model, I just avoid all cars if I'm racing. But another one bites the dust. We've got 4 DNFs already, guys. In the chat, how many finishes will we see? I said 10. I'm now starting to think it might be less, but we get some shouts. I reckon I'm gonna go sit with 10. I'll commit to my commit to my word. RW3 on 3, Callum. It's worth noting he started in P1, lagged about the whole track, and now he's down in P12 with 2 stops under his belt. So just shows your pace is not everything around here. He's obviously caught up in a few incidents and finds himself languishing outside the points as Bill's pitting as well. So there's only 2.
shows, but most of these street tracks are just races of attrition. You know, you just got to make it to the end. No errors, and you'll be in a very good position for good points.
Do you want to hear something? Do you want to hear something interesting?
You could go for it, bud.
Kyle and Apex Whiteout started on softs and just pit onto mediums. So are they two stopping?
Two stoppers, they've got to be. You're not making them last to the end. And
so
that's free stop actually.
If I was Speed Senna now, I'd think I've got you in front of me. We're on the same compound.
Well, Nicky's probably in a better position, isn't he?
True. I think Speed Senna's probably got a little bit more raw pace. I don't know. Nicky was very quick in China though, to be fair to him. I did say that, I mentioned that earlier in the stream. But let's have a look at the interval gaps. I haven't even got that up. Apologies. Yeah, half a second. Whoa! Speed Senna have a big moment there. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Clench. There's a bit of poo in that cockpit, I'll tell you that.
That might let Nicky just break out of Slipstream a bit more. You know, he's at 0.7. He's at that point where one good lap and he could be out of DRS, and then maybe he starts moving down the road. But he's doing well to catch back up in his braking zone. He's getting a lot in the brakes.
Yeah. A couple of guys on stream were saying, Cam, that if you stay at the barrier, you're probably going to get a top 5 or 6 here, and I think they're probably spot on.
Yeah.
Definitely. 100%. I think in the no offense to the guys in lower tiers, but as you can see a few more mistakes. Maybe people just play a bit more socially, so you're not really accustomed to the track as much. Heavier car, more fuel, more tyre wear, sorry. Then yeah, you might see a few more errors. But I think you're right there, Jake. If you stay at the barrier, you're gonna score points. But
battle brewing here with MK Born, Tim Matz and Ryan Berry.
Oh, go on,
Berry
man.
On fast tyres. I would assume at this point those hards going to be fresh, but I can't imagine the best tyres.
No, I remember when I did career mode around it. I hated the hards. I hated them.
Very difficult, especially like in that middle phase they'll be alright, but early on they're going to be cold and just horrible.
Oh, that castle section.
Oh gee.
so narrow, yeah.
Yes, Nicky in the gap a bit out front. I don't know what it's looking. Ooh, one Berry hitting the wall a couple of times there. That might have been wing damage. It definitely was. Definitely was wing damage. Just checking behind the wide racer. Yeah, a bit of debris.
Philip Hogston with the fastest lap so far in P5 for the extra point. I imagine that time will start tumbling down as the laps tick on. But Nicky's in the power seat at the moment. Kyle and Apex Whiteout, they start on softs, they put onto medium, so there will be 2 stopping. So I imagine the top 4 are all on the same in the same pit window now, and strategy theoretically. Yeah. But the question is, can Kyle and Apex, well, I'd say more Kyle, make the newer mediums work? And I don't really know, is it much of a difference?
Kyle's looking really good here, actually. Yeah, because they're in the same window now as well, pretty much. I mean, either way, what you're looking at is like Nicky, Speed Senna, are they going to do the one stop? If so, both those two and Kyle need to just make the one stop, really. So,
yeah,
looking like it's going to fall into Kyle's hands.
I'd say so. I think you're right. I think he's now in the DRS now. But like this track is, you can just clip the wall and your wing's gone and the race is done. Yeah, so
definitely.
This is the thing. I work out in my head. He's going to do that. He's going to do that. As they're going side by side towards the castle section, Speedway Racer and WRW313, the villain of the race start. Oh, Speedway Racer's clipped the barrier. I think he has got a bit of front wing damage. Yeah. I think he's probably put off a little bit by RW's Ellie manoeuvre before the corner. I thought they were going to do it for a second, but RW backed out. So that's Speedway Racers.
Kyle was going to make this move. He's already passed. Yeah, but these fresh mediums definitely hang into his hands a lot. There's so much extra pace.
You can see the grip out of the corner there, actually, can't you?
So much more pace as well. You don't know at this early point in the season who's really going to be the top title contender.
I think you're looking at the top three, to be honest. I think Nicky, Speed Center, and Car, probably the quickest guys out there, if I'm honest. As Philip is in the pits. Is he having a stop go as well? I think he is. Ouch. He's doing a one stop. He's onto the hards. And now he's released down into P12. It's a bit of a shame for...
long race.
See a long race. Speed wide races banged on the softs.
just bang a couple of laps and go.
Yeah. I think he knows. Unless it's a safety car. I mean...
Yeah.
Panis is looking on the outside of turn 3. And he's running really deep there. He's done a Ricardo. As long as he doesn't reverse into another car, we're all happy days. And I think he'll wait. He is going to wait, yeah. So good on Panis there. Yeah, he did. I respect that. He's already better than Ricardo, and he's a professional F1 driver. Sib.
Ricardo dead.
Ricardo finito. Get him an ILR. You buddy in ILR. He'd be in ILR 9. Jack will be handing it to him.
Needs to be taught a lesson.
Oh no.
Last of the late breakers. Until he's on some bloody value Renault brakes.
Oh, I brake late, so people have to give me space. Spaghetti chips, spag and chips, Jack! Shadow, just in the race, don't go flat out to prevent mistakes. Also a good tip is not going in overtake unless you need to go on the straight, because it gives you so much more time in S1 and 2. Cheers, bud. They're racing though, so I can't tell them, Jake. Unfortunately, they're too little, too late.
I don't know how many of these are actually using manual either. It looks like a lot. Actually, imagine.
Quite a lot are. You'd be surprised how a lot are.
Yeah,
on the sign up, there wasn't many auto gear drivers in general.
Really?
Yeah, it's... Oh, sorry, just riding on board with Bill there. He nearly clipped the barriers on the exit of turn 2, but he managed to escape the Renault driver. He's on the hards. He's going to the end, so wait and see where how his race develops. Unfortunately, Callum, this is why I dragged you in for this, because we're in the boring part of the Grand Prix, so to speak, the sit and wait for things to happen moment. As I say that though, Kyle is looking quite competitive on the back of Nicky's Williams. Nicky picked up
on board. Speed Senna, he's really struggling on these mediums now, so I imagine Nicky's around that same point.
Yeah, I think Speed Senna
snaps in those slow speed corners where he's got to go up through the gears.
Oh, love a bit of chopper cam. Oof. Give me more of that. Is Nicky going to box this lap? Let's wait and see. He has to stay to the left hand side. Please stay to the left hand side, Chief. I think he's going to pit. And he does pit, and that gives Kyle the lead, and he's going to be looking very good. I imagine Nicky will be onto the hard to the one stop. Kyle will have to pit again, and I think he'll stick on the soft, so he's looking very good for this. As Ruud Gullard, DNF'd out in this Grand Prix. Seen it, he's had enough, he's going to deliver.
Ooh, stop go for Nicky.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I can't get that taken off either. I don't know. These guys, if anyone tuning in, you missed the race start, please take 2 minutes, go back and watch it. I sat there in amusement. I have no idea what happened. I think it was desync or lag, but it was kind of funny. I just have to watch it for yourselves anyway. But anyway, Nicky took the stop go. He's on the hards, fresh hards, down in P8. Callum, where do you think he can go from here?
Well, he's gonna have to try and work his way up back into the podium spots. Really, I think is going to be his stealing this race, because I'm gonna say it, and people might be a bit annoyed if he does end up bottling it. So Kyle's winning this race.
Yeah.
Let's just
wait. Sorry. Oh, do we 3-on-3 and Nicky are going really close side by side here towards the castle section. I think Nicky is keeping the position. Sorry to cut you off there. I think that move's done and dusted.
Right down inside.
Behave! Imagine doing that there. Sorry, what were you saying? What were you saying? Oh, they're still side by side. And why is
I think it's a PU problem. Oh, surely not.
Has he courtesy let him pass after something? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
It's like dodgy, yeah.
Maybe felt bad after a move we didn't catch and he went further. Who knows? Maybe he messed up. But anyways, in P9. Oh, W. Yeah, I think he's left it a bit late speed center, but he's got a bit of a gap to P3.
Looks like he should get out in.
Someone's seen the race start. Yeah, I don't know what the start was. I had the pleasure of commentating it. Thank you, Codemasters. And thank you, some Tin Pot internet somewhere. I don't know. Let's see if we got any moves. Bill, he's a little bit off.
Out in fourth. He's gained so much time on Nicky. Nicky's been put in a real bad spot here.
Apex way out. How long's the pit stop here?
I'm not sure. I thought it was about 18, 19 seconds, but
I'm just trying to work out where he's going to come out, because he's more in the... He could be a little bit more screwed than Kyle. Obviously, he's 20 seconds behind Kyle.
Might be more like 22 or something. Well, how far is Senna on them, so...
Lickle's seen, have I seen Waze's point of view? I'm not, Edward, but I think I caught some of what happened on the stream where our W3-on-3's car, he was leading, then he was suddenly back in Sector 1, destroying Waze. I've not seen the race start, though, of the point of view of him. I'm still commentating. I don't know.
Yeah, Nicky's struggling on those hards, I think.
The hards are not nice around here. They get the job done, but they're not great.
I wonder if someone's going to get a puncture off of that debris on the outside of...
Oh, behave. Imagine running simulation damage on this game.
Oh, let's get simulation damage in for ILR1, Jack.
Let's have a look at the... no, they're bad enough. Let's have a look at the P6, P5 cars. The Davidson's ILR7. Sterling looks like he's got the move done on the Ferrari driver, Tim Matz. Will Tim Matz have a look on the inside? He's got a brake late. He just misses the rear of that car. Slides out the exit, but Stellian's got the job done on that Toro Rosso. Lovely jubbly. And that moves the Bulgarian up to P5. Tim Matz into P6. Both on the hards. Both going to the end, Callum? Yeah? Is that... Will they last?
Yeah.
Do the hards last about 20 laps?
Around that, I would imagine. I reckon these guys have got the numbers right.
Okay. Good at maths, kids. Stay in school. And
yeah, stay in school.
Hopefully everyone got the results they wanted in the GCSEs and A-levels. Got my GCSEs 13 years ago. 13 years ago. I'm
You're
old.
a whole league racer.
I'm literally a whole league racer. 13 years, yeah.
Actually, that's quite an old league racer. Anyway.
Speed Center is closing out MK Bourne. This is for position. I think MK Bourne's going to the end. I don't think you can do too much about it, however. I'll tell you what, I'm going to mention it. I mentioned it earlier, but Ryan Berry. I'm so good for Ryan Berry. Palace has left the session. Okay. Ryan Berry started on pole, Callum. He had a 5-place grid drop. He then was caught in some sort of incident on 10-1, went for an innocent spin, was at the back, and then picked up more damage, and now he's in P11 trying to get some points when he's been very quick here.
It does look like he's going to get points at least. I reckon.
I hope so.
Catch up
As Speed Center as cruise past the Renault of MK Bourne up into P3. There's only 2 seconds off Apex Whiteout now. And that... Oh no, it won't be.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Speed Center's looking good in second.
Yeah, he's got second. He's got second. It's just... I'm trying to work out roughly where Apex Whiteout will come out, which will probably be P8, I'd imagine. 2, 3, 6, 9. Yeah. Oh! MK Bourne. Take a little trip into the barriers there. A bit of wing damage. Lovely jubbly. 11 laps on those worn hards. He's going to enjoy the rest of this race. He's got...
It will help him down the straight. It was a tactical move.
Oh, Robo Jeep. 13 years ago, I can beat that. He's flexing his age. Oh, bro. Respect that. Were you getting the cane back in your day? Bent over the table. Oh. Is Panos coming back? Does he want to come back, or is he just like, nah, it's my first race, I'm done?
Big Panos nightmare. What's going on?
He's had a disaster start this season. The first 3 weeks he's had an issue or something's gone on, and I've heard this DM story after story about pedals, hardware, going to IKEA to get things to fix it. Someone's gonna come and deliver him something to get the wheel fixed. You see he's racing, he's disconnected. Oh, bro. Anyway, I digress. As Nicky is looking on the back of RW 313 down the back straight. He's obviously been lining us up for a couple of laps after he let him pass for some reason a few laps ago. But those worn mediums are not going to be much of a contest for Nicky in that. Williams is nice seeing Williams up in P7. Not going to see it in real life anytime soon. It's crazy. A few years ago, Williams, like with Bottas and
leading
Massa, they were leading races. I remember them at Silverstone. Mercedes were not having a good time getting past them. But it's just fall from grace.
Austria as well, wasn't it?
Austria, yeah. That's right. It's such a shame to see such a great team, but like a Muller, I guess. I don't know.
I reckon it'll be back soon. So I think they're starting to make strides now. I don't think they're as far off as they were at the beginning of the season. So obviously Hungary wasn't not going to be the best test for them, but
yeah, I'd love to see Russell in a more competitive car. I think that'd be good for F1 and British driving as well. So I think.
Wait, but Bottas dead? Is that what I'm hearing?
If it was me, I'd stick Russell in the Williams, but. And Mercedes, sorry. I'd stick Russell and Mercedes with Hamilton. I wouldn't stick Ocon. I think Ocon's had his chance in Force India, and if he was that good, he would have kept his seat. He didn't, so I think a year out, he'll be way off the pace, and I don't know. Well, potentially. I don't know if a team can take a chance on a driver who's sat out. Yeah, maybe.
I had some Wehrlein, Pascal Wehrlein.
Oh, he's overrated as well. Anyway, sorry, watching move on. Tim, Matt, and Nicky. We'll get back to that. And Nicky's on a little charge. As Apex Whiteout is down to P3. Oh, they're gonna. Oh,
he saved it somewhat.
I was a little bit clenched there. They both went conceding the position there, were they? That was a classic case of I'm going there. No, I want to go there. Little tap. Bang.
Well, he's starting to work his way back through, I mean.
Yeah, the medium's starting to kick in a little bit now, but I'm interested to see how far up he can go. I reckon, could we see him on the back of Stellian in a few laps, and then maybe MK Bourne, because MK Bourne's got wing damage, so I wouldn't rule him out getting a P4 potentially. I mean, and to be honest, Apex Whiteout. Yeah, exactly. He's got a pit. Speed Y races, speed in the pit lane.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
He's on to how many times has Speed Y Racer pitted? Let's have a look.
He's back out on soft, so.
Only 3. I respect that. No,
I respect the hustle.
He wants that fastest lap. You gotta give it to him.
What on P14?
He wants to take the point away from the competition. That's what it's about.
If he wins the championship by 1 point. Big Speed Y Racer. Championship contender. Don't tease me. Yeah, Kyle is just controlling this race now.
He's in the zone. The man's in the zone.
He's going for fastest lap as well. I don't think there's going to be too much anyone else can.
Who's got the fastest lap at the moment? Well, Ryan Berry does, Callum, in P10. So he will be on for 2 points. He's after a hard try and after a disastrous start to this race.
He'll get Alex as well, by lots of things.
So Alex
been on those mediums for 15 laps and he'll come into the pits now, I reckon. Yeah.
Surely Alex has got a pit. Yeah, there you go.
Well, Alex also has 100%.
What's the yellow flag for? For LK Kyle.
Oh no! I had a nightmare. I was flicking through and I saw Alex coming into the pit lane. And he's just like steered over and I thought someone was going flying into the wall. I might be dead. Anyway, Whiteout is definitely. Ooh, Whiteout had a bit of an incident. Yeah, it might be Whiteout, the yellow flag, because he was in third, right? And he's just lost 10 seconds out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, he's not pitted.
Back.
He's finito.
Yeah, it's something happened to Whiteout.
Yeah, must have been.
Yeah, he needs to be front wing.
More yellow flags. Concentration seems to be dipping on a few of the guys now. So into the last stages of this race, it's not been as bad as I thought, but there's not been too much wheel-to-wheel action as you'd expect. Saying that though, Nicky on Apex Whiteout. I wonder if Nicky don't go to the left because he's going to want to pit. Please concede at Apex.
I think he's passed him a bit. Yeah.
Oh, he's staying out. He's staying out.
At what point?
How long do the softs last for? 6-7 laps by now.
Yeah, easy.
He's compromising his race a bit. He may interval of 10. He'll probably come out in P9 behind Ryan. So I mean, he's losing time here now. He probably needs to get in. RW313 is also in the pits. He's had a bit of a disastrous race and a few wing changes.
All the while, Stellian is closing in on MK Bourne as well.
And Nicky is closing in on Stellian. We could have a look.
This is going to get interesting.
So Nicky's closing on them as well. So we have a three-way battle for the last spot. And to be honest, I think with MK Bourne's wing damage, you may find it a bit of a tough ask. Given the... Oh, no!
Oh, no!
No! Oh, I caught that. It's going to be a real tall order now if Meg's going to be able to get this. That's going to... Oh, bro.
You jinxed him, you sick man.
Oh, no! If I speak.
He's dead.
He's going to watch us back and blame me.
I think it might have been Ericsson, to be fair.
Oh, shut up. That joke is dead.
It was the same part of the track. Like...
Carl's in the pits, into the softs.
Oh, no. Yeah, Ryan Berry just took a big break. No one's taking chances with MK Bourne's car.
I honestly don't blame the drivers. It's a shame they have to do that. It's showing how crap this game is. Same issues year after year. Carl's come out, second pit stop, 5.5 seconds ahead of Speed Center. So that is race done. And that he's going to get fastest lap as well. Or do 3-on-3 is.
Yeah.
But the battle now is... I'm looking Stellian and Tim Matt. Stellian, Nicky, apologies. But battle for podium.
All of a sudden, Ryan Berry is in 7th.
Speed Y races. Nice finito.
I think Whiteout will get Ryan Berry back here. Hard for him to keep this position, Ryan Berry, but you never know. Down to turn 3, he's going to tuck him behind him. Whiteout. So if Ryan Berry can stick with him... Oh! And that's a bit of an incident.
Ooh, they're going to be going really close. He's in the pushing the gear, but push them round in the castle section. And look at that audio glitch. You love to see it. Big Lee watching with a cup of Earl Grey. Look at this shithouse.
To be fair, I've got that a few times this race, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Nicky's on Stellian, he's going to make this move stick, I think.
Side by side for the S's, come on.
Jeez. I don't know if there was a bit of a collision, but I did see before Whiteout knocked a bit of his front wing off on the back of Ryan Berry. So Whiteout's going to struggle to even stay with Ryan Berry here. It was a big collision.
Just trying to stay down, see if we can bite back to Nicky, but I don't think he can. He'll have to do it this corner, turn 3, if he's going to have any chance. Because I imagine Nicky on the stretch. And Ryan Berry can't up into P5.
He's put in a masterclass, low key. Like
he was quick in qualifying, he's quick in the race. So I mean, As shown, we've got technically got 11 runners left now. Panos is finito. He's disconnected and he doesn't seem to want to come back. So won't take it personally, won't cry, but try and get back, mate.
I would never retire in a race.
You did in China, bud. You just retired the car.
I'll have you know, I was just being realistic. Let's be honest.
People want
If
to.
that crash happened in real life, I wouldn't have had a wheel. Put simulation on, Jack. I've just putting it out there.
Yeah,
Simulation
okay.
damage.
Just for you.
It's needed. Just for me. I want to see more massive accidents.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be great fun for me. That. What's yellow
I
flag?
see cars upside down, flipping
Bill.
with no wheels and stuff.
Bill, shaking my head. He's put into the barriers. I think he's outbraked himself into turn 4, and now he's got big Philip Hogston.
Big battle for P10. We've been spoiled here.
Oh, don't tease me. The Baku crowd. This is what they've came with for. Bill versus Philip Hogston. David versus Goliath. This is what we came here for. This is what. Oh no!
Oh, no.
This is not what we came here for. Bill's dead. He's got wing damage there, and I think Philip Hogston. I think
Bill might die for it, you know, because he's gonna get so much understeer.
Oh, Bill, it's like mate.
Close to that wall.
Have I jinxed them? Oh no!
Oh no!
What's he doing?
You get so much under. He's not even got a plank on the front anymore.
He's gonna have to pit. That's it. I'm waving the black
Go on,
in the.
full throttle it, lad. Full throttle. Don't lift. No, come on. Don't lift.
If I was Bill now, just pit, get a new wing, and hope someone else DNFs. Probably the best hope. Send him P11, like why not?
Can't go the fastest lap yet.
Fastest lap so far.
Nice. Still RW.
Yeah, it's RW. Jake saying I caused that collision. Behave. I've cursed the Renault drivers today though. Yeah, people listen to the stream. Oh no, my finger slipped.
And you know what? Panos might get Bill here. Go on, son. Get into 11.
Panos is ghosting, bud.
Yeah, I know, but you got to cheer him on.
Go on, Panos, the Greek god.
Ghost is trying.
So let's have a look at what am I looking at? Position changes, saying the winners and losers of this Grand Prix. Carl's up 3, Speed Sen is up 7. He was my tip to watch for this race. He's not going to quite get the win. Nicky up 8, Steady on down 1. Apex Y out, Ryan Berry starred 5th and 6th, staying there. RW313 had a, let's face it guys, RW313 had a shit show lap 1. The lag was unbearable for the whole grid. Caused a couple of accidents. Tim Matt's P8, he'll be happy to get some points on his debut if he finishes there. Alex, not really mentioned Alex too much. He's quite a consistent driver, keeps his head down, and he's in P9 ahead of his teammate in Philip Hogston, the other Haas driver in P10. Panos, you're ghosting. Big Bill in P12. I said 10 finishes. We've got 11 at the moment. Let's not count Panos. I'm close.
Come on, someone bin it. Someone's got to be listening. Go on, Bill. Make it spectacular. Has he got no wing again? I think Bill might be struggling at this point. He's missing an M plate on that front right. Oh, Ryan Berry's right on the...
He is, yeah.
Oh wait, no. Does that mean Whiteout's got past Ryan Berry? And there's soft tyres, even though he's got wing damage. Ryan Berry has a bit of wing damage as well, doesn't he? It's really nice.
Speed Center, Nicky and Stella, and the only 3 cars only stopped once, interestingly.
All these camera angles, you know. There's some sexy camber on one of them.
Ooh.
Look at this sexy camber. Will Ryan Berry get this? Oh, no. It's 10-1. Looks like he will be.
Well, he picks Wild's got the better tyres, there's only 3 lap old soft, so I don't think he's going to be able to... Well, if he's going to have to do it, he's going to have to do it now, and he's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS.
He's got DRS now.
Oh, yeah, there's not really much you can do there.
They're both really low on hers as well. So this could go down to the wire, these two.
Apex White needs to just tuck it in. All this time they're battling might bring RW313 into the into this as well. There's only 3 laps left now. I've not mentioned the well, but Kyle is, yes, he's still leading in P1. He's had a quiet race, but sort of race you want when you're leading by 12 seconds.
Jack started watching him, so he's winning it at this moment.
Nicky P3, Speed Center P2. Stellian dropped off a bit now and those worn hard. He's in P4. I'll be happy with that. This is the battle.
I'm surprised Cole hasn't smashed this.
Oh, there's yellows. There's yellows.
What's that?
Is that Bill Disaster I'm seeing again?
Is Bill dead? Bill could be dead.
Oh, he's lost his wing. I mean, Bill, come on. Let's talk about it, Chief.
Oh, that camber. He's getting used to going with no wing, you know. Might suit him.
So the battle on track really now, Callum, is battle for P5, Ryan Berry, Apex. I'm going to chuck in RW313's name as well. He took a second out this lap. But I think if Apex can... I've seen this a lot in a lot of Azerbaijan Grand Prix, is the fact that sometimes the driver behind stays behind until the last lap because of the slipstream train. Yeah, just to get the running for the finish line. So, saying this lap now, Apex way out takes him, but Ryan Berry can tuck him behind him for the slipstream on the final lap and get that position if he's close enough. So
maybe with RW as well, if he gets that perfect run.
It's 2 laps left
just
now.
catches him at the perfect time.
And Bill is finito.
40% airs. Bill's dead.
10 runners. I'm just saying.
Nostradamus.
Wume's in the chat saying ILR8 had plenty of finishes. I don't want to know. I'm gonna say 4. How many? Do I want to know?
I just want to somehow dissect the start of this race. I have no idea what happens.
I don't understand it. I don't know how. I don't know. I understand who was lagging after lap 1, but I don't understand the lights out why that happened the way it did. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Ryan Berry's pulling ahead of Apex a little bit. He's almost out of the DRS train. He needs to keep that under a second, Apex. He's have a chance, but are those softs starting to die off already?
Possibly, you know.
Kyle's starting his last lap of the race already. He's that far ahead of these guys. He has been.
But you know what? Ryan Berry really low on ours. He's gonna be in. He's gonna be derating down in the straight. So
Kyle's got a full bank of airs.
Whitehouse saved a lot. Whitehouse got around 35-40%. So it's definitely not over. Yeah, look at that run. Look at the overspeed he's getting. When that DRS opens, yeah, he's gonna be able to get this done here.
Does he want to try and get it done now?
Well, I don't know. It goes down to whether or not you're running a high or low downforce setup. If you've got low downforce, you probably afford to be behind, but.
Just running board with Ryan Berry for the last 2 corners here. Kyle, sorry, not Ryan Berry. Kyle McLaren driver, he has been unstoppable today. He made the 2-stop work like a dream, soft, medium, soft, and he's been a class of his own tonight. He's going to be picking up his first win of the season. Let me just check if that's right. Yes, it is. He's only managed P4 best, and this will be his first win of the season, and I'll stick him right in contention. No, he'll be on 37 points. Sweet Senna will be top. He's gone over 18. He's already 8 points clear of Ryan Berry. So, yeah, very good race. Sweet Senna's the tile. Kyle crosses the line. He wins in Baku. Well done, Kyle. Great race, mate. Comfortable. Made class above the rest, I have to say. Never in doubt. I don't want to say until he crossed the line. Speed Senna takes home a great P2. You'll be happy with that. He made the 1-stop work. Also, most exciting strategies. Nicky P3. Stellian on his ILR7 debut. A P4. I'll tell you what.
How's going to make this work?
He is. I think he
I think
is.
he's
Yeah.
got enough. Oh, RW almost tired there. I just saw him going into the wall on the brakes. Jesus.
Apex White has got enough. He does. RW313 does have the fastest lap of this race, and he will finish in P7.
Oh, you know what? Tim Mats might get him.
He's weaving on the line. Won't get it.
Will that be an
Alex.
additional 5 seconds or?
What's that? What?
We had a. Oh wait, no, I added the extra 5 seconds anyway.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't understood.
Here is Big Philip. Last of the drives complete are 10 finishes.
Go on, Phil.
Go on, Phil, lad. Last driver has with a P9, P10. They'll be happy with some points to keep the board ticking over. Not most exciting race. Baku's always a bit of a messy one, to be honest. This game. But Kyle will be delighted. I'd say Stellian and Kyle probably my 2 drivers of the day. Absolutely superb. Well, let's wait and see, Callum. Let's wait and see in the standings. Chill out.
I was looking at it. Was that fair? Come on, son.
So this is ILR7's interesting title championship. I gotta say, Carl, he's looking good, but Nicky, Ryan, MK Vaughan, and Speed Center, I think they're all within the hunt of the wins. I think the likes of Risky Racer, Bill, OKK, Apex Whiteout. What?
It looks like you got it, bud. Got it on last lap. Big Phil.
Let's have a gander. 41.206. He's only bloody gone and done it. Philip Hogston with fastest lap of the race takes home the mighty 2 points. That could be
bringing home 4 points.
Oh, gotta respect that. But big shout out to Kyle. P1, absolute masterclass. Great win for him. Speed Center P2, Nicky P3, Steadyan P4, Apex Whiteout P5, Ryan Berry P6, RW313 P7, Tim Mats on his debut P8, be happy with some points. Well done. Alex P9, Philip Hogston P10. Panos disconnected, and then we've got some DNFs. A few at the start, unfortunately, for ways he got taken out. No fault of his own, sorry to see that. Not sure what happened to Rigola, J. Luke, I'm not sure, but all victims of the track, I am sure. Not too many collisions apart from turn 1, Callum. It was relatively clean, but there we have it. Well done. And on that bombshell, we've got ILR 4 and 5 in 10 minutes' time. Tune into that. I've been your commentator Jack. He's been Callum. In a bit. Good night.